Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series Amazon exclusive. We're gonna spare you from an OG-ism because most Amazon exclusives are relatively easy to obtain, especially if they're as goofy and wackadoo as this one. Because today we're taking a look at the Inquisitor as Dracula and Cad Bane as Frankenstein's monster, because Frankenstein is the name of the doctor, not the monster. It's of course brought to us by fine folks over at Hasbro, and I figured since we just wrapped up our looks at the Ghostbusters Plasma series, and to get you one last time with that gag, what better way to continue the spooky season with the fine folks over at Hasbro than by taking a look at their Star Wars Halloween line that is a subset of the Black Series. I do have all the figures in this line that have been released thus far. That would be this 2-pack, the skeleton, I want to say it's a clone trooper, but I can't remember offhand, and the werewolf Chewbacca, werewolf Wookiee, whatever you want to call it. At least I think that's everything. I could have sworn there was supposed to be some pumpkin-headed guy in this line, but I don't think that's out yet or got canceled or something weird like that. Let's just say this line is significantly smaller than the Christmas line. There is a buttload of those I don't have. I only have a couple, and might stay that way. I don't know. That said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review. Take a look-see at all this set has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with the Dracula Inquisitor's 2 handheld accessories. What is this, a snowman arm? I think it's supposed to be a cane, but it doesn't plug into this. I think it would have been cool if all 3 of these plugged in together, and then you could have made a cane, because this pops out like a little steak. I can not do the impression of the Hannibal Lecter there. But there you go. There's that. There's a pig on this too, so I really don't know what this is supposed to be. But someone in the comments knows, let me know, I guess. On top of that, though, we do get this cool bat creature, which I guess is in one of the movies in one of the caves. But it doesn't even have a flight stand, so it just kind of falls on the ground. That said, it does have a nice effect on the wings. It's like semi-transparent. Kind of see my hand through there, even without light shining behind it, so that's pretty cool. No articulation though, nothing even in the head, so it is what it is. I originally thought that whatever this is, like, was this thing's like tongue, but it doesn't peg in there at all. Nothing goes into this, so I'm assuming this is supposed to be him as a bat. Makes sense. I think this is the only new thing in the set, other than maybe that steak. And then as far as the Cad Bane is concerned, he does come with this lightning rod, we'll call it. It's the Magna Guard stick. And they gave you the lightning effects, right? But they didn't give you the right Magna Guard stick for them. This is not the Magna Guard stick these fit best on. The Magna Guard stick that these fit best on have little spikes on the end. How many times can I say Magna Guard stick in this review? That's probably the last time, so wouldn't count on anymore. That said, the final accessory, and probably the best thing in the set, because I don't think he's all Halloween-y out, is Toto 360. At least I think that's what this is. This was originally a PulseCon exclusive pack-in with the original Black Series Cad Bane, so it's nice to see him back out there for those of us that didn't get that. And I will probably put this with my original Cad Bane, but I'm assuming he's supposed to be like a little Igor hangs out with this Frankenstein's monster Cad Bane, but he does have a little visor that flips down. Maybe it's a welding mask. He does have a waist twist as well, and little ball joints in the arms. Lift it up, back down, and rotate. Very simple articulation, but it's nice to see this guy, because I didn't have him already. Because I know some of the little critters that come with these Halloween figures are a little bit more grotesque looking. I think one of the figures I have comes with a zombified porg. Remember what those things are. So why don't we move Cad Bane out of the way here for a moment, so we can take a look-see at the Inquisitor as Dracula. He does have a cape, soft goods cape. I do believe this is new, and it is like doubled up, kinda, sorta. It's red on the inside, black on the outside, but I don't know how. I don't know if this is painted or what, but whatever they did, it totally works. You got the red on the inside, you got the black on the outside. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. I thought it was just a solid color, but they actually went the distance somewhat. But there's the Inquisitor's head painted up to look like Dracula. That's kind of hilarious. The kind of helmet thing is supposed to look like hair. I feel like they should have left the ears white. That would have been better, maybe. Maybe they are, I can't tell. But they kind of painted the white of the tuxedo on the chest plate, and it does line up with some paneling on the chest plate. He's got white hands. Looks like he's wearing a tux. Just clever, silly reuse. And this cape is not connected really anywhere. You can take it off if you lift up the chest plate there. You can kind of see the cape going under there. Just kind of sits. But as far as articulation on this figure goes, his head is on a double ball peg. He can look up all the way. Down. Tilt. Really good tilt. That's mostly due to the ball in the neck, though, I think. So there's that. His shoulders will move forward and back. His pauldrons are on the little ringlets that go into the shoulder socket. So they will flex and get out of your way. His arms can go up. I wonder how far. Well past 90, actually. So there you go. And then they do swing forward and back. Come back down, though. You don't want to warp the crap out of these pauldrons. Of course, they rotate. Single elbow gets you more 90. So all your articulation junkies out there, it's not exactly all about the points. It does have swivel hinge wrists, though. In this case, it is about the points because his freaking wrists have the wrong hinge for holding weapons. That kind of blows. His torso, very limited. Goes that far back. Minuscule amount forward. Maybe if you lift this up, you can get it forward more. Not really. So there's that. He doesn't have anything in the waist, but he does rotate up here and also tilt a little bit. Then his hips. If you fold this out, you can get him to kick out pretty far, all things considered. It will kick forward, back. He does have a thigh swivel, as well as a swivel in the knee with a hinge. Then he does have a hinge in the foot with a roca. So standard Black Series articulation. Pretty standard. So yeah, that is the Dracula Inquisitor. Now we'll look at the Frankenstein's monster, Cad Bane. He's pretty cool looking. I like him quite a bit. I always like Cad Bane in general, and I think this is the Book of Boba Fett Cad Bane, because this is definitely not the Cad Bane I reviewed during the spring. That had the hat and the guns. I wish he came with his guns to fill these holsters. I don't like empty holsters, so I'm going to have to figure something out for that. I actually have the same issue with one of my Christmas Black Series figures. He has empty holsters too. He's the Jango Fett mold repainted. But as far as Cad Bane's articulation goes, his head is on a double ball peg. Not nearly as much range as the Inquisitor. He does get some good tilt though, and rotation side to side. I do like the fact that the tubes are glued in, as is this back piece. That's nice to see. The shoulders can go up past 90. That's generous. He does have that butterfly joint as well. Full rotation there. Now this guy's elbows are a little bit easier to move. This wire goes around the back, so it's not hindering the movement at all. Unless you want to bend his arm backwards for some reason. But he's got a single elbow with rotation. And I think the gauntlets are supposed to move, but they're very tight. So, wouldn't mess with that. He actually has the appropriate hinge in the trigger hand there. Does move up and down. And he does have a swivel in the wrist. This side, the hose bends with the arm. Just kind of straightens out there, so that's nice. I like that. I like this Cad Bane more. I kind of wish I got the Book of Boba Fett version, but it is what it is. Said he has a ball waist, so he doesn't have much going on in the torso there. See if I can get under here and really shift it around. Yeah, you can see it's not getting a lot. He can crunch back quite a bit, but he can't crunch forward hardly at all. And then he's got this gun belt, so the hips are going to be a little hindered, especially this side because of the coat. But he can do the splits just about, and he can kick forward pretty far, back a little bit. He has the built-in thigh cut, I believe, up there. Gun holsters are glued in place, of course. He does have the single knee, which gets you more than 90, to its credit. He does have a swivel at the knee, as well as a swivel in the boot. Look at that. Kind of feels like bullet belts going across the top of his boot there. Then he has a hinge in the foot with a rocker. I do wish he had like the big Frankenstein shoes and a flat top. But that would look silly. But, you know, the Werewookie, as I'm going to call him, has a werewolf head with ears and everything and fangs and stuff. So it would have been nice to see, but it is what it is. It's a cheap, easy, and simple repaint for Hasbro to do. And they did it, and my dumbass bought it. So I guess they did their job, right? They sold me crap. But it's not too bad. The price is actually relatively low on this, if it's still available. It only ran me about like $40-something, which is kind of surprising considering most Hasbro 2-packs are like 50 bucks, right? So I don't know if I got it on sale or what, but either way, for the price I paid, I can't complain. That's less than what 2 Black Series figures would normally cost. And the Black Series line's not doing so great, so I'm going to get what I like while I can. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You don't like it? Get my ass. So, we'll wrap this thing up. Why don't we bring in the Mythic Legion's Brother Manibulus and the infamous Kurt 11 Spawn. Let's see how they compare. And yeah. Of course, they're going to be smaller. They're Black Series. Black Series is like the Ghostbusters line I looked at. More traditional, 1/12 scale. Right at that 6-inch mark. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the sheer lack of any quote-unquote useful accessories, for lack of better term, with the exception of good old Toto 360 there, which if you're like me, it didn't pick up the original PulseCon exclusive version of Cad Bane. That is a definite bonus. Was not expecting this 2-pack to come with that, and I'm very happy that it did. However, I would have liked a flight stand for the little bat creature that came in this set. I would have liked maybe some guns for Cad Bane, even his hat. I mean, come on, dude. Or, better yet, a lightsaber for the Inquisitor would have also been nice, but instead we got the stake accessory, which I guess makes sense, and that weird snowman arm thing, which kind of looks like a cane, but is too short to be a cane. Somebody tell me in the comments what that's supposed to be exactly. I'm still perplexed by that thing and why it exists, but for the price of 45 bucks before tax, that is, on ye old Amazon, I gotta tell you, this 2-pack is kind of worth it, especially since most Hasbro 2-packs run 50 bucks. The fact that this one is a little bit cheaper makes it sting ever so slightly less, especially since these are cheap, easy, simple repaints for the fine folks over at Hasbro to offer up as a part of the Star Wars Black Series Halloween line. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.